Before the merge, there existed 16 realms. These realms all existed on separate planes of existence from one another, but could still be traversed using items like the Realm Crystal, Traveller's Tea, magic, and dragons. However, a mysterious, unexplained event called the Merge resulted in all 16 of the realms crashing together and now existing on the same plane of existence. So many mysteries lie within the newly merged world. However, in order to understand the world as it is now, we must first understand the world as it was before the merge. Today, we'll go through each of the realms individually as we take a look at all of the minifigs ever released based on each of the realms. Firstly, the realm in which the show was named after, Ninjago. Due to almost the entire show taking place in this realm, there is an unbelievable amount of figures based on it, so for the sake of simplicity, I have one figure of every character who has a drastically unique design. The most common type of people in Ninjago are just regular humans, like Jacob and Vinny from NGTV News. However, there are tons and tons of different species. For example, the Serpentine. The Serpentine come in a variety of different shapes and colours, such as Pythor, the last remaining Anacondrae alive with the ability to turn invisible, Scales, Phantom, Acidicus, Scalador, and Char. There are also Melopians who live in the undersea kingdom of Melopia, as well as video game characters from Prime Empire. There are Nindroids, Spirits, Geckos and Munts, Grey People and White People, Stone Warriors and Islanders. These are most of the different species I could think to list, but I'm sure there are plenty of others that I forgot because there are just so many, so if I missed out your favourite, let me know in the comments and I'll try and amend it in the next video. The Underworld is the realm in which warriors who died disgraced in battle are banished to. Formerly it was ruled by King Samukai, who led his army of skeletons including Knuckle, Cruncher, Whiplash, Crazy, Boneseye, Fractjaw and Chopoff. Elsewhere in the Underworld existed the Green Bone Warriors, led by the Bone King who commanded his Green Bone army. The Realm of Madness is one of few cases in which we don't have any official minifigs based on it. However, I did still want to mention it, and I thought this could be a good excuse to show off some customs. This is a custom Arccrack, a rock monster from the Realm of Madness who possesses the elemental power of propulsion, and here are some administration agents. These guys work for a mysterious organisation who pride themselves on paperwork. However, all of the filing and forms they fill in are ultimately useless, as in actuality, the administration holds no real power. Ninjago's afterlife system is complicated. There are 3 realms in which people can be sent to upon their death. The first one is the Underworld, which we've already taken a look at. The second one is the Cursed Realm, which we'll look at now. And the third one is the Departed Realm, which we'll talk about later. The Cursed Realm is the home to people who died after either A, selling their soul, or B, being so corrupted and twisted in the mind that the Departed Realm did not accept them. For example, Morrow was a young boy from the realm of Ninjago who was endowed with the elemental power to control the wind. He was led to believe by his master that he would go on to become the prophesied Green Ninja. However, after discovering that he was in fact not the chosen one, Morrow became hellbent on proving his worth. His mind slowly became twisted and his soul slowly became corrupted, and upon death he was sent to the Cursed Realm. In the Cursed Realm, Morrow soon became the leader, followed by his 4 ghostly sidekicks, Soul Archer, Bansher, Wraith, and Gultar. Together, alongside the Ghost Army consisting of warriors such as Kowler, Pitch, Gurkha, and more, the Ghosts escape the Cursed Realm and try to take over Ninjago. Towards the end of this invasion, the Cursed Realm was destroyed by the ninja, led by Morrow's old master, and in his final moments, Morrow reconciled with his master, choosing to refuse his old master's help, believing that he was not worthy of being rescued, and handing over the Realm Crystal to Master Wu. Morrow's melancholy death resulted in him being sent to the Departed Realm, with the rest of the ghosts presumably remaining inside the Cursed Realm, which now exists within the Departed Realm. Yeah, I know, that's pretty complicated. The next realm we're going to be taking a look at is the Cloud Kingdom. The Cloud Kingdom is home to the Writers of Destiny. Here they can write prophecies and hold loose control over the future of all the realms. They keep scrolls in their archive of everything that has ever happened, as well as everything that will happen in the future. However, their scrolls aren't binding, and there are certain things that can defy destiny. Unfortunately, we only have one minifigure of a Cloud Kingdom inhabitant, that being Euphrasia. Euphrasia inherited Morrow's elemental wind power after he died. She was a writer of destiny who chose to use her actions rather than her words to alter destiny, which resulted in the other monks there having their eyes open to the usefulness of using their actions. The Wildness has the second most amount of figures for any realm, only being beaten by Ninjago. This is because another LEGO show named Legends of Chima was later written in to be set within the realm of the Wildness. Having Chima take place within the Ninjago universe was an absolutely awesome decision, however it means that there are just way too many figures to list, since every figure released under the Chima theme, and there's over 150 of them by the way, should technically be listed here. These figures would include lions like Laval, crocodiles like Kragger, gorillas like Gorzan, rhinos like Rogon, and ravens like Rascal. There are also these beavers who actually appeared in a few of the later seasons of Ninjago. These guys are from the realm of the Wildness, and I just love their design. However, moving away from Chima, Ninjago has given us figures based on the Wildness within its own sets. These figures include Lord Raz, the mystery-inducing main antagonist of Ninjago Dragons Rising, as well as Noct and Drakes, who are both members of an evil villain group called the Forbidden Five. Throughout the rest of 2025, we will be getting the rest of the 5 as minifigs, however that collection won't be complete until June. We also get the Wolfmask army, who previously belonged to the Forbidden Five, as well as Wildfire, an elemental master who fell out of the sky in a mysterious pod and landed in the lava wastes when she was just a child. Next up, we have the realm of Ninjago. Not much is known about Ninjago, as it was destroyed as an indirect result of the ninja's actions. The former ruler of Ninjago was Konjukon, who wielded the Sword of Souls. His son, Nodokon, was an evil Jin prince who fled their realm and resided in Ninjago, where here he became the most feared pirate, as his Jinjagan magic allowed him to best almost any opponent he faced. The powers of the Jin and the realm they lived in were all based around the idea of hope. If a Jin had no hope, then they would have no power. This can be seen with a Jin called Arakor. Arakor was a former Jin hero who was on a long quest in another realm at the time of Ninjago's destruction. When he went to return home, he was heartbroken to find that everything and everyone he had ever loved had been destroyed, and all that was left was a single grain of sand. Arakor lived depressed for years until 2 ninjas stumbled upon him and instilled hope within him. After feeling the first drop of hope he had felt in years, the grain of sand from his home realm that he had clung onto all this time began to grow. He realised that as long as he remained with hope in his heart, he alone would have the power to rebuild Ninjago. The Departed realm was the 8th realm to be introduced to us in the show, and the 3rd realm to house people after they die. This realm is inhabited by people from all other realms who have unfortunately passed away. Because of this, it's kind of difficult to pinpoint any figures from being from this realm, as technically you could just use any characters who have died, such as Master Chen or Kalmar. However, that's just boring, and instead I wanted to be more creative with my selections, and ultimately I could pinpoint 3 figures from being from the Departed realm. The first is Sensei Yang, whose obsession with being remembered led to him cursing himself to remain as a ghost forever. The second is Resurrected Garmadon, who was brought back from the Departed realm using the 3 Oni masks during Season 8. And finally, Morrow from Dragons Rising Season 3. Morrow died at the end of Season 5, and in Dave the Departed we learn that he went back to the Departed realm, meaning that logically we can only assume that this figure is a Departed realm figure. The next realm we have to look at is potentially the most important realm in the history of Ninjago. The realm of Oni and dragons also goes by the name the First Realm, because, to no one's surprise, it was the first realm to ever come into existence. I'm sure from the name you can also deduce which kinds of species live in this realm. Of course, we have the Oni. In 2019 we got the Oni Battle Pack, which came with the Omega, the leader of the Oni, as well as 2 regular Oni to help build up your army. However, there was one more Oni from this realm that we also got a minifig of, that of course being Mistake. Mistake was an Oni who was sent to chase down the first Spinjitzu master after he fled from the first realm. However, upon arrival, she fell in love with the realm that she saw, and so instead she used her Oni shapeshifting powers to don the disguise of a humble tea shop owner and live the rest of her life on the side of God. As for the dragons from this realm, there are a lot. However, not many of them are minifigs, and so do not qualify for this list. As a matter of fact, we got our first ever dragon minifigs from this realm this year in the form of Dragonian Warriors and Dragonian Scouts. In March, we're also getting a minifig of this guy, whose name I won't even try and pronounce. However, the pieces to make him already exist, and so here's his minifig. Finally, the First Realm is also inhabited by dragon hunters. These people were a civilization whose entire premise revolved around hunting dragons to exploit them for their powers and kill them for food. However, after the ninja spent a season stranded in the First Realm, the dragon hunters saw the error of their ways and instead now work alongside dragons, farming for their food rather than hunting and killing them. For Dragon Hunter minifigs, we have Iron Baron, the deceased former leader of the Dragon Hunters, followed by Heavy Metal, Jetjack, Daddy No Legs, Muzzle, Chew Toy, Arcade, and a few other random hunters. In 2019 we were introduced to the Nether Realm. This realm was a cold and deadly death trap, patrolled by the Blizzard Samurai, who were led by the evil Ice Emperor version of Zane. Zane was corrupted and manipulated into taking over the realm by his advisor, Vex. We also meet Akita, a formling whose spirit animal is a wolf, and that just about wraps up all the figures from the Netherrealm. However, in 2023, after the merge, we got to meet a new formling called Spitz. Spitz is a formling child who ended up in the Land of Lost Things after everyone he ever knew forgot about him. He doesn't have an official figure, but his story is just so sad and I love him so much that I had to include my custom version of him in this video. It wasn't until 4 years later that we would be introduced to the next realm. However, it was well worth the wait, as the realm of Imperium is one of the most fascinating. Before the merge, the realm was ruled by Emperor Levo, a former elemental master who passed on his powers to his daughter, Zeatrix. However, Zeatrix's younger twin sister, Beatrix, resented her family. She despised her sister for being older than her, as being born first meant that not only did she inherit her father's elemental power, but she was also next in line for the throne of Imperium. After being enticed by promises from an outlander, Beatrix enacted a plan to kill her father and banish her sister, resulting in her becoming the Empress of Imperium. As Empress, Beatrix employed Rapton as the leader of the Claws of Imperium. The Claws were responsible for travelling throughout the lands and capturing dragons, which Imperium would later use to drain their energy to fuel their kingdom. Draining this energy was no easy task, and so Beatrix recruited Dr. LaRoe as head scientist. Thankfully, we are getting a Dr. LaRoe minifig in March of this year, however, until then, my custom will just have to do. Years after Beatrix takes over the realm, a young girl named Jordana joins the team of scientists working for Dr. LaRoe. Jordana was always determined to impress the people she had looked up to, as when she was in school, her classmate Anna, who now goes by the name of Sora, was seen as a science/technology prodigy. Sora received all the praise from her teachers, leaving Jordana to feel excluded and forgotten about. Sora even received an offer to come and work for Dr. LaRoe before Jordana did. However, she declined after seeing the way that Imperium abused the dragons they capture, which was a weakness that Jordana did not carry. Next, we also hear about the realm of Lee. However, we know literally nothing about the realm other than the fact that it possesses candy mushrooms. Finally, the last realm we have is the realm of Mysterium. This mystical realm is the original home of all magic throughout all the other realms. We don't have any official figures from this realm yet, aside from the skull of a former sorcerer who lived there named Hazador, so instead, enjoy my custom Gandalaria alongside the most powerful spell that she created to defeat the Forbidden Five, Bonzel. Unfortunately, that is all I've got for you today. I really hope you enjoyed this video as it took me quite a while to make. If you did like it, please leave a comment, leave a like, and check out some of my other videos. There's a few on screen right now. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you later. Bye!